We're with Daron Judd of Lostant, Illinois, which is north central Illinois. Today we're going to talk about Daron's family farm and how they got established here in north central Illinois, and then we're going to talk about the Stine hybrids they're using on this farm and how they manage those Stine hybrids. So Daron, tell me some about the family farm, how you got established here.
Yep, Grandpa started farming in 1949. 160 acres was all. He actually farmed all that ground till 1970, where he unexpectedly passed away at a pretty young age, which then in turn my dad started farming in 1970. I was fortunate enough to pick up some ground in 2000. So that's kind of how we got started here in central Illinois.
So on your farms, you are narrow rows. I believe this season you'll be all corn. So some years you're all soybeans, some years are all corn. What's the longest you've gone corn on corn?
We did go 6 years one time.
Okay.
It worked out pretty good, but I don't think we'd ever go more than that.
So let's talk about how you manage your corn hybrids on your farm. And it all starts with the yield goal. Mm-hmm. So tell us, what is your yield? What's your objective on your corn crop?
300.
300.
I mean, with the things that we're doing that you guys have helped us do, and with the varieties that you guys have provided us, 300 is where we want to be at.
Tell us on row width now. So you've been in the twin 20 arena some, and prior to that, what were you? Were you 20-inch?
No, we were actually 30s. Looking back in history, there's obviously a direct correlation between population and yield. Mm-hmm. I mean, we've all seen this. We were happy with the twin 20s, but the 15s are working out very well for us.
Let's talk about the different Stine corn hybrids that you grow here.
9714 is actually definitely one of our favorites, as well as 9808. And what we found with 9714, even though it's 107-day corn, we've actually had years, years actual, that it has yielded just as good as our 114-day corn. It seems to handle the high population very well. Mm-hmm. It's shorter in stature, which we really like. Less biomass, because there are years that we are corn on corn. So that shorter stature corn seems to have less biomass. We get in, we're able to manage the residue easier with your guys' shorter stature corn. Everything that I said about 9714 plus the standability of 9808 we have found is just second to none. The stuff just stands. It's a pleasure to combine, and generally 80% of the time it's our best yielding year in and year out. It's just so 9808, the word comes to mind, is consistent.
How about fungicide? I know you're doing some pretty cool things with fungicides. So last year you used a drone. I think they had a capacity of 3 gallons?
Yeah, it was 3 gallons.
Daron, I think the drone technology is something that everybody should probably look at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. We took the time and did a ground rig last year at 15, brought in a plane at 5 and a drone at 2. And the drone at 2 did just as good as the ground rig at 15. So it made a believer out of us.
So Daron, let's talk about your planter. So at one time you were twin 20s and now you're 15s.
We were, It was kind of a big transition to make. We had that twin 20 48 row planter, and now it's a 15 32 row planter.
Well, I'd really like to go see that planter, so let's go do that.
Sounds good.
So Daron, tell me about your planter.
Last winter we converted it to a 15 32 row. Put the liquid tank on it. We're using a select shot system to apply our starter. It's really worked out really well for us. Real happy with the planter so far.
So Daron, I understand you enjoy the wilderness and in the woods, so we're going to take a trip down there and check out some wildlife. And
sounds good. Let's do it.
Well, Daron, thank you very much for taking the time today. You know, we've learned about your farm. We talked about 9714, 9808, how you manage those hybrids on your farm. We learned about your planter, which is an amazing machine you put together there. That's a you know, just thanks for taking the time to look at that. And then we didn't have our snowball fight, but we did something much more enjoyable.
Stayed a little bit warmer. So, yeah, well, thanks for coming out, Myron. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Had a good time with you. Thanks again.